Oh shit! Oh shit!
We got Julio's female killer admitting how much Yungeen Ace paid her. This shit is finna be crazy, Ski. Make sure you got your grab leash, you feel me? But we finna get right into this video, come on.
Alicia Andrews, the girl they got locked up for Fulio's murder, told the police everything. And I mean everything. We talking about who paid for the hit, how much money changed hands, and why Yungeen Ace might be the real mastermind behind this whole operation. And now she's just realizing that she dug her own grave because now it's all being used against her in court. Y'all thought this case was just about some...
But what the fuck did she think was gonna happen? Did she think that shit just wasn't gonna be used against her in court?
young girl caught up in street politics? Nah, fam. This goes way deeper than that. According to my sources close to the investigation,
Yes, is going to jail.
Andrew's been singing like a canary in that interrogation room. And the information she's giving up is about to flip this whole case upside down. I'm talking about recorded statements, wire transfers, text messages, and phone calls that connect this murder directly to one of Jacksonville's biggest rap stars. But here's where it gets crazy. The more she talks, the more it seems like she might be lying to save her own skin. Let me break this whole situation down for you, because what's happening behind closed doors is wilder than anything y'all seen on social media. Foundation building. The real power structure. To understand how we got here, we need to talk about the real power structure in Jacksonville and who really had the money and motivation to take out Foolio. See, everybody been focusing on the street level beef between ATK and 6 Block, but the real money and power in this situation comes from a completely different level. Yungeen Ace ain't just some rapper from the hood no more. This man got major label deals, publishing money, touring revenue, and business investments that put him in a completely different tax bracket than the average street dude. We talking about,
and his ass is still sitting and ordering hits like he's just like he's just a normal nigga that could just, oh yeah, bro, you should go kill this nigga. What is we doing, bro? Your ass is going to jail, twin. Your ass is finna get locked up, twin. You was finna hear this.
FBI, open up!
Give it 2 weeks, my nigga. I promise.
someone with
I
access
promise.
to
You're going to
serious money
jail.
and the connections to make things happen without getting his hands dirty. But here's what people don't understand about Ace. He's smart as hell when it comes to business and staying out of legal trouble. This man been through the system, lost homies to violence, and learned how to move different. So the idea that he would directly order a hit and leave evidence behind don't make sense with his track record. However, according to what Andrews alleged,
Yeah, but it also ain't make sense when Dirk did that shit neither. And look where he at. What are we talking about? These niggas is stupid, bro. Like I said in all the other videos, these is short yellow bus kids, bro. On God, these kids is these little boys
told
is,
the police Ace didn't order the hit directly. Instead,
They
he
need
put
some
up
help.
money as a bounty, letting it be known that anyone who
Get some
took care of the Foolio problem would be compensated handsomely. That's a completely different level of criminal sophistication that's much harder to prove in court. The escalation,
most definitely.
the bounty system. Now here's where Andrew's story gets really interesting, and this is where she allegedly started giving up details that could change everything. According to sources close to the investigation, Andrews told police that there was a bounty system in place for taking out high-profile targets in the Jacksonville beef. She claimed that Ace had put up $50,000 for anyone who could eliminate Foolio, but he did it through intermediaries, so there would be no direct connection back to him. The money was supposedly held by trusted associates.
Do your homework on Ace trying to be a little bit smart, Ski. Okay, hold on. I might have underestimated my nigga. He might be a little bit smart. Hold
Who would
on.
pay out once the
You
job
don't know
was
Dirk
confirmed
timing.
done. But here's where her story starts falling apart. Andrews claimed she was promised $10,000 for her role in the operation, but she never received any money. She said she was told the payment would come after everything cooled down, but when she got arrested, nobody came to help her with bail or legal fees. This is classic.
What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? Did you thought he was gonna buy you a lawyer? You thought he was gonna pay your bond? Are you out your fucking mind? He knows he's not even about to be making no more money like that. His top op is dead now. Nobody gives a fuck to hear what he gotta say. His top op is dead. It's not like they got back and forth disses and you feel me, like in drill, bro, niggas be feeding off of each other. That's what they don't realize. Like, Julio and Foolio, or not Julio and Foolio. Do y'all homework on Julio and Foolio. Julio Foolio and Yungeen Ace, nigga, they was feeding off of each other back and forth. I ain't even gonna lie. They was bouncing hits off each other like no other. Now, my nigga don't got nobody to do that with. It's done. It's over. No more substance for your rap career.
When the money don't come through and you're facing life in prison, suddenly you remember all.
That's why motherfuckers need to just switch genres, bro. Need to start making country music or something. Do your homework.
Kinds of details about who was really behind everything. But the question is she telling the truth or is she making up stories to get a better deal from prosecutors? The turning point.
She probably making up stories.
The interrogation tapes. What happened next is where this story gets really wild. According to my sources, the FBI and Tampa PD have hours of recorded interrogations with Andrews where she breaks down the entire operation from start to finish. And let me tell you, if even half of what she's saying is true, this case is about to get a lot bigger. Andrews allegedly told investigators that the hit was planned weeks in advance, with multiple people involved in surveillance, logistics, and execution. She claimed that Isaiah Chance, her boyfriend at the time, was the main coordinator, but he was taking orders from higher-ups in the ATK organization. She said the plan was to wait for Julio to be vulnerable, preferably outside of Jacksonville where he had less protection. When they found out about his birthday trip to Tampa, that became the perfect opportunity to strike. But here's the most damaging part of her alleged confession. She claimed to have recordings of phone calls and text messages that prove Ace's involvement in financing the operation. If these recordings exist and they're authentic, that's game over for Ace's career and
oh yeah, no. If those shits exist and those shits is real, his ass is baked on bro.
Possibly his freedom. The investigation following the money. Now here's where the FBI started getting really interested in this case. Money laundering and racketeering are federal crimes, and if they can prove that Ace used his legitimate music income to finance criminal activities, they can seize all his assets under RICO statutes. According to Andrews' alleged statements, the money for the hit came through a complex network of cash transactions, cryptocurrency transfers, and business payments designed to hide the true source and purpose of the funds. This level of financial sophistication suggests someone with serious resources and knowledge of how to move money without detection. The FBI brought in
he probably hired somebody.
Financial crimes specialists to trace these transactions, and what they allegedly found was a pattern of payments that coincided with escalations in the Jacksonville beef. Every time someone from 6 Block got killed or attacked, there were corresponding financial movements in accounts connected to ATK associates. But here's where it gets complicated. Proving that these financial transactions were payments for criminal activities is extremely difficult. Defense lawyers can argue that these were legitimate business expenses, loans between friends, or payments for legal services like music production or promotion.
Okay, show us who you paid. Have them come in. That's exactly what they're gonna say. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? They ass is finna get baked.
Arrests.
That shit is not finna work.
Case. The reason the feds decided to charge this as a RICO case becomes clearer when you understand what Andrews allegedly told them about the organizational structure behind the hit. She didn't just implicate individual shooters. She described an entire criminal enterprise with Ace at the top, coordinators in the middle, and shooters at the bottom. According to her alleged statements, ATK operates like a business with different people handling different aspects of their criminal activities. Some people handle the music and legitimate businesses, others handle the street operations, and a few trusted individuals handle the money and coordination between the two sides. This type of organizational structure is exactly what RICO was designed to target. Ongoing criminal enterprises that use legitimate businesses to hide their illegal activities. If the feds can prove this structure exists and that Ace was at the top of it, they can charge him as the leader of a criminal organization. But here's the problem with Andrews' story. She was supposedly just a girlfriend who got caught up in the situation. How would she have detailed knowledge of the organizational structure and financial operations of a criminal enterprise? Either she's lying to...
She's not I guarantee you she's not fucking lying. With all this, bro, she's the nigga's girlfriend, my nigga. What are we talking about? The nigga lays up and goes to sleep with her every night. You don't think he talking to her? You don't think he's telling her like, oh yeah, nah, woo out the bam. Ace just told me, Or Ace's homie just told me if I catch that nigga Julio, I'm gonna get 50K. Woo wop de bam. I want to do that. You know, we can buy a new house and we can put a down payment on a new car and woo wop de whoop and all this dumbass shit like that. Shit was
more
finna
valuable,
fly.
or she was much more involved than she initially claimed.
Talking about
the evidence, what she allegedly gave up. Let me break down what Andrews allegedly told the police, because if this information is accurate, it's about to destroy a lot of people's lives. First, she claimed to have recordings of phone calls between Isaiah Chance and higher-ups in ATK discussing the Foolio situation and the bounty that was available. Second, she allegedly provided bank account information and transaction records showing payments that she claimed were connected to the hit. These weren't direct payments to the shooters, but rather payments to intermediaries who then distributed the money to the people involved in the operation. Third, she gave up names, dates, and locations of meetings where the hit was allegedly planned and coordinated. She claimed to have been present at some of these meetings, which would make her a direct witness to conspiracy charges. But here's what's really interesting. She also allegedly told police about other unsolved murders and attacks in Jacksonville that she claimed were connected to the same bounty system. If she's telling the truth, this case could blow open years of unsolved violence in the city. The social media evidence, digital breadcrumbs. One of the most damaging aspects of Andrews' alleged confession involves social media evidence that she helped investigators interpret. She claimed that certain posts, lyrics, and interactions on social media were actually coded communications about criminal activities. For example, she allegedly told police that when Ace posted certain lyrics or made certain references in his music, it was actually communicating messages to people involved in street operations. She claimed to know the code because Isaiah Chance had explained it to her. She also allegedly provided information about how the ATK organization used social media to coordinate activities, share information, and even issue threats to rivals. This type of digital evidence is extremely valuable to prosecutors because it creates a paper trail that's hard to deny. But here's the problem. Interpreting social media posts and rap lyrics as evidence of criminal activity is controversial and often gets thrown out of court. Defense lawyers can argue that this is just artistic expression or normal social media behavior, not evidence of criminal conspiracy. The wire transfers following the digital money. According to Andrews' alleged statements, the most damaging evidence involves electronic financial transactions that she helped investigators trace. She claimed that Ace used a network of associates and business entities to move money for criminal purposes while maintaining plausible deniability. The system allegedly worked like this. Ace would make legitimate business payments to associates for things like music production, promotion, or other services. These associates would then use that money to fund criminal activities, including the bounty payments for hits on rival gang members. Andrews allegedly provided account numbers, transaction dates, and the names of people involved in these financial networks. If this information is accurate and the FBI can verify it, that's the type of evidence that can bring down entire criminal organizations. But here's where her credibility becomes questionable. How would a young girl with no criminal background have detailed knowledge of complex money laundering operations? Either she's much smarter and more involved than anyone realized, or she's making up sophisticated sounding stories to impress investigators. The coordination meetings, planning the hit. One of the most explosive parts of Andrews' alleged confession involves her claims about planning meetings for the Foolio hit. She told investigators that she was present at multiple meetings where the operation was discussed and coordinated. According to her alleged statements, these meetings took place at various locations around Jacksonville, including recording studios, restaurants, and private homes.
We back, my bad.
Including recording studios, restaurants, and private homes. She claimed that Isaiah Chance brought her to these meetings because they were supposed to look like social gatherings, not criminal planning sessions. She allegedly provided specific details about who was present at these meetings, what was discussed, and what decisions were made. She claimed that the final decision to move forward with the Tampa hit was made at a meeting just days before Foolio's birthday. But here's what doesn't make sense. If these were high-level criminal planning meetings, why would they bring along a girlfriend with no criminal experience? Either Andrews is lying about being present at these meetings.
She really has no criminal experience, G. What are we talking about? She got no criminal record. I know a lot of niggas with no record who done a lot of shit.
or the people
That just mean
involved
you
were
ain't been
incredibly
caught.
sloppy about operational security, the payment structure,
And you'll never get caught for the first thing you do. So
how the money flowed. Andrews allegedly gave investigators detailed information about how payments were structured for the Foolio hit. According to her statements, the money didn't flow directly from Ace to the shooters. It went through multiple intermediaries to create distance and plausible deniability. She claimed that Ace provided money to trusted lieutenants, who then distributed it to coordinators like Isaiah Chance, who then paid the actual shooters and support personnel. Each level of the organization took a cut, so the shooters received less money than what Ace originally put up. Andrews allegedly told police that she was promised $10,000 for her role, but Isaiah Chance was supposed to receive $25,000 for coordinating the operation. The actual shooters were allegedly promised $15,000 each, with bonuses if they could make it look like a robbery or random violence.
how the fuck is y'all gonna make it look like random violence? And what the fuck are we talking about, bro? You niggas is so dumb. The nigga who was coordinating this shit is getting paid 25. And the shooters, the actual shooters who are running up and taking this man's life, who are really for sure undoubtedly catching a life sentence. There's no like if, ands, or buts about that. You ran up, pulled the trigger, shot another human being, you're going to jail. You feel me? So these niggas is getting 15. What is we talking about, bro? You niggas is as dumb as a box of chicken. What the fuck? Like,
But here's the problem with this story.
You niggas
the math
so
doesn't
damn
add up.
dumb.
If Ace put up $50,000
Dumb
and
as
all these
dirt.
people were supposed to get
You're
paid
homework.
the amounts Andrews claimed, the total would be way more than $50,000. Either she's lying about the amounts or there were additional funding sources she didn't know
We finna
about.
hit
The
this bowl
aftermath,
again, bro.
why she's talking now. The reason Andrews is allegedly cooperating with investigators becomes clear when you understand her legal situation. She's
Nah, 'cause
facing
her
life in
ass don't wanna
prison
go to
without
jail.
parole if convicted of first-degree murder. Her only hope of avoiding that sentence is to provide substantial assistance to the government in prosecuting bigger targets. But here's where it gets interesting. Andrews' cooperation might not be as voluntary as it seems. According to
Ooh.
sources close to the case,
What do you mean by that?
investigators used psychological pressure tactics to get her to talk, including threats about what would happen to her in prison and promises about witness protection programs.
That's
They also
normal
allegedly
shit.
told her that
They
other
do that to
co-defendants were
everybody.
already cooperating and blaming everything on her. This type of psychological manipulation is designed to create panic.
Her ass is so damn stupid. If they said that to her and she believes that they're cooperating and they're blaming everything on her, what the fuck is we talking about? There was like what 3-4 shooters we seen in the first video we reacted to about this shit. There was like what 3-4 shooters. So I say that to say, how the fuck would it all be on her? It's not like there's one person, you feel me?
And get
Like,
suspects to start
use your
talking
brain.
before they have time
Y'all
to
niggas
think
is
through the
dumb committing
consequences.
crimes.
The
You
problem
niggas and
is
bitches
that
is dumb
statements
committing
obtained
crimes.
through coercion or deception often get thrown out of court. If Andrews' lawyers can
Do your
prove
homework on often, not all the time, not in high value. You
that
feel me?
investigators used
No,
improper
no.
tactics to get her to
This bitch
confess,
is going to court with a
all of
public
her-
defender. A public defender, Ski. Look at her lawyer, my nigga. Look at her lawyer, Ski. Do that look like a Drew Finley to you? Do he look like he's about to left, right, up, down, beat the case? No, my nigga. Y'all asses is broke, committing crimes, ain't even putting no money up for the motherfucking lawyers.
Stop it. Get some help.
What the fuck be wrong with y'all? I don't understand it. I don't. I really don't.
statements could be ruled inadmissible.
Like, I'm trying to
The
stop pausing
credibility
it. I'm
problem,
trying,
why
bro.
she
I'm,
might be
I'm
lying.
literally trying.
Here's where Andrew's story starts falling apart under scrutiny. First, her level of detailed knowledge about criminal operations doesn't match her background or experience. She's claiming to know things that would typically only be known by high-level participants in criminal organizations. Second, some of the details
she with
she's
one.
providing don't match with other evidence in the case. For example, she claimed to be present at certain meetings on dates when phone records show she was in different locations. These types of inconsistencies destroy witness credibility. Third, her motivation to lie is obvious. She's facing life in prison and will say anything to get a better deal. Prosecutors love cooperating witnesses, but juries are often skeptical of people who are clearly trying to save themselves by blaming others. The defense is gonna tear her apart on cross-examination. They're gonna show that she's changed her story multiple times, that she has obvious motivations to lie, and that many of her claims can't be verified through independent evidence. The Yungeen Ace angle, why it might not be him. Now let's talk about why Yungeen Ace might not be behind this hit, despite what Andrews is allegedly claiming. First, Ace has been extremely careful about staying out of legal trouble.
So you fucking telling me this man's biggest op just get killed, and he coincidentally got a music video and a fucking song lined up to drop about the shit the next day, and he don't got nothing to do with that? He ain't even have no prior knowledge that that was finna happen? What the fuck is we talking about? Like,
trouble since his early
I don't
cases.
believe in coincidence.
He's built a
my nigga.
legitimate music
And you
career
shouldn't need
and has too much to lose by getting involved in street activities. Second, the timing doesn't make sense. Ace was focused on his music career and had been distancing himself from street politics. Getting involved in a high-profile murder would
Publicly.
jeopardize
We don't know what's
everything
going on
he had
behind the
worked to
scenes.
build. Third, Ace had other ways to handle the
His ass also almost went broke paying for a lawyer for queso, that mess. We reacted to that video too. Come on now, Ski. If you ain't watched it, go over there and watch that real quick. But you feel me? I ain't even finna speak too much on that. All I'm finna say is that goes to show this nigga is stupid. This nigga spent $50,000 on a lawyer for queso, knowing this nigga did the shit. Mr. Sir, his ass is getting locked up. What the fuck is he doing?
Julio situation that didn't involve violence. He was winning the rap battle, his career was taking off, and Foolio's relevance was declining. Why risk everything on a murder when time and success were already solving the problem? The more likely scenario is that lower-level people in ATK took it upon themselves to handle the Foolio situation,
That don't
possibly
matter.
hoping to impress Ace or gain
matter.
status within the organization.
Bingo, there it is there. That right there will wrap him into a RICO. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. That's in furtherance of the game.
Andrews
You
might
feel
be
me?
trying to implicate
Like, that's
Ace
all it
because
takes,
she
my nigga.
knows that's what prosecutors want to hear. The federal strategy, flipping the pyramid. The reason the feds are so interested in Andrews' allegations about Ace becomes clear when you understand their strategy. They're not just trying to solve one murder. They're trying to dismantle what they see as an ongoing criminal enterprise. By starting with lower-level defendants like Andrews and working their way up the organizational pyramid, they hope to eventually reach the people at the top who they believe are financing and directing criminal activities. This is the same strategy they used against organized crime families. But this strategy only works if the people at the bottom actually have reliable information about the people at the top. If Andrews is making up stories about Ace's involvement, the whole strategy falls apart and innocent people get railroaded. The defense response, attacking the snitch. Ace's legal team is already preparing to attack Andrews' credibility if she tries to testify against him. They're gonna show that she's a desperate woman facing life in prison who will say anything to get a better deal from prosecutors. They're also gonna point out that she initially denied knowing anything about the murder, then gradually started remembering more details as prosecutors offered her better deals. This pattern of
That's always
evolving
how it
stories is classic behavior for unreliable witnesses. Most importantly, they're gonna demand to see all the evidence Andrews claims to have provided. The recordings, the financial records, the text messages. If this evidence doesn't exist or doesn't support her claims, her entire story falls apart. The bigger picture, destroying black success. Here's what really bothers me about this whole situation. The feds are using a desperate woman's uncorroborated allegations to try to destroy one of the most successful young black entrepreneurs in the music industry. Ace built his career.
The nigga got a diss song titled Game Over. And he has like 50 bottles of Don Julio. 5 in the morning, I gotta call, who is this? Dead on the flow, dead on the rival, Mr. Six. These is street niggas, bro. What the fuck is we talking about? You niggas need to stop trying to make niggas feel bad for street niggas, bro. This is street niggas and street shit happening live in front of your motherfucking face. And you trying to feel bad for this shit? Bro, These niggas don't even feel bad for their motherfucking selves. I ain't finna lie to you, bro. They get on Instagram and pop it all tough. He gets on the song. This nigga right here, look, that nigga right there, him, right there, him, that nigga. He got on the song talking about dead on the floor, dead on the rifle, Mr. Six. He don't feel bad. So why should we? What the fuck is we talking about?
From nothing, overcame incredible obstacles and became a legitimate business.
Get some help.
Now they want to tear all that down, bro, based on the word of someone who's facing life in prison and has every reason to lie. This is the same playbook they used against other successful black men in hip-hop. Find someone desperate enough to make accusations and use that to justify destroying everything they built. Even if Ace is completely innocent, the allegations alone could destroy his career, his business relationships, and his freedom. That's the real power of the federal system. They can ruin your life even if they never convict you of anything. The inevitable outcome, truth versus desperation. Here's the bottom line, fam. Andrew's allegations against Ace are probably bullshit designed to get her a better deal from prosecutors. She's facing life in prison and will say anything to avoid that fate, including making up elaborate stories about criminal organizations and bounty systems. The feds want to believe her because taking down a successful rapper would be a huge win for their careers. But wanting something to be true doesn't make it true, and desperate people make unreliable witnesses. When this case goes to trial, Andrews' credibility is gonna get destroyed on cross-examination. Her story has too many holes, too many inconsistencies, and too many obvious motivations for lying. No reasonable jury is gonna convict someone based solely on her testimony. But the damage to Ace's reputation might already be done. Even if he's never charged or convicted of anything, the allegations alone could follow him for the rest of his career. That's the real tragedy here. The federal system being used to destroy black success based on the lies of desperate people. Conclusion, the real victims. The real victims in this situation aren't just Foolio and his family. They're also the innocent people whose lives are being destroyed by false allegations and prosecutorial overreach. Andrews is trying to save herself by destroying others, and the feds are happy to help because it advances their careers. This case shows everything that's wrong with the federal justice system, how they use desperate people as weapons against successful black men, how they build cases on lies and speculation, and how they destroy lives even when they can't prove guilt.
Can we please stop doing that, bro? Can we please, pretty, please, with some sugar on top, ski? Can we please stop doing that? Stop making it seem like we're just like a motherfucking Silicon Valley fucking tech entrepreneur and the feds just sweep in trying to wrap us up. No, nigga, you are a gang member publicly promoting the gang, doing gang shit, and now you're gonna act surprised when them boys come and get you and try to say they're trying to destroy black success. The niggas are... Bro, these niggas is self-sabotaging. So how... Alright, look. Let me land. This is where I'm going with this. How can we feel bad for a nigga who's how can we feel bad for somebody who self-sabotaged their career till it failed? You self-sabotage, and we egg it on. Mind you, we're egging it on the whole time you're self-sabotaging and, like, chipping away at your career's longevity. And then we feel bad for you when your motherfucking career falls flat?
Y'all need to pay attention to what's happening
here,
because this could happen to any successful black person who came from the streets. The feds will find someone desperate enough to make accusations and then use those accusations to justify tearing down everything you built. Alicia Andrews might think she's saving herself by snitching, but she's really just destroying her own credibility and helping the feds railroad innocent people. When this is all over, she's still gonna be facing serious time, but she'll also have to live with the fact that she tried to destroy innocent people to save herself. What y'all think about this situation? Do you believe Andrews'
Let me know y'all thoughts and comments in the comment section below, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think Yungeen Ace is fucking cooked. But You feel me? I want to hear your thoughts. So that's why I say that to say, drop your thoughts, comments in the comment section below. You feel me? If you enjoyed the video, if you laughed once or twice, you feel me? Make sure to join the Soft Squad. You feel me? We upload every day. Skit. You feel me? But so I say that to say, you always gonna have some shit to watch over here. You know, we keep you entertained. But enjoy your next video. If you enjoyed this one, subscribe. We out.